What's up, y'all? It's your Christiana. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a Q&A. So I asked you guys some questions on Instagram and had you guys respond and leave me some of your juicy questions. I told you guys to get a little bit more personal with this one. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into the video. As you can see, my hair is not done. My makeup is done. Hair is not done because I'm gonna let you guys watch me put in my clip-ins and curl my hair while I answer these questions, just so you have something to look at besides this mug. So if you're interested in hearing some answers to some juicy and very personal, might I add, questions, just keep on watching. All right, so I'm gonna be using these clip-ins I got from Amazon. I'll put the link down below. These are 22 inches and it cost me like 70 bucks. So yeah, I've been loving clip-ins lately. I've kind of been over wigs and lace. It's just so much maintenance. So I've been liking my natural hair blown out. You see your girl got inches. So yeah, we're gonna put some clip-ins in and curl my hair. So I am going to start with some easy questions. Okay, and disclaimer, I had to do this twice on Instagram because I forgot to screenshot the questions the first time. And then the second time you guys answered, and I don't know if I'm just not meant to do this video because I can only find one of the screenshots and there were so many questions. So I'm gonna do my best to remember some of the ones that I was asked. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to work from this screenshot and then try to remember some of the ones that I was asked. So let's go ahead and start with this first question is, were you scared? First question is, were you scared to make such a big move and commitment? I definitely was. I had a mini panic attack. Just because, you know, we're creatures of habit. We don't like change. Change scares us. So I was afraid. But the way I got over that was I weighed my options. You know, I did a pros and cons kind of a thing. And I was like, okay, what is the benefit of me staying versus the benefit of me going? And there were really no benefits to me staying except for the fact that my friends were there. You know, and you know, my friends, I'll have my friends no matter where I'm living. So it wasn't, you know, that was kind of a no-brainer. And I wasn't growing where I was at. Like, it's important to get out of your comfort zone. You can't grow where you're comfortable. Growth is 100% uncomfortable. So I thought about that. I thought about all the pros. At the time, I had a really good job here. I had a good job offer. It was gonna pay me almost double what I was making in North Carolina in medical research. I thank God that he had other plans for me because I wound up transitioning to being a full-time content creator shortly after moving here. So that was a blessing. And it was just like all the things I said I wanted, I wasn't getting where I was at. I wanted a nicer place to stay. I wanted a nicer apartment. There weren't a whole lot of nicer options where I was living in North Carolina. I could have moved to Charlotte, but where I was at, as far as that location, I just wasn't getting any of the things I said I wanted for myself. So it was like, you know, do you want to be complacent or do you want to grow? And then, you know, I had Nova and I love her so much. And she really helped reassure me, like, if you were just my friend, like, of course Nova's my friend, she's like my best friend, but she was like, if you were just my friend, I would still tell you, move. Like, what are you doing? Like, you say you want all these things, they're not happening where you're at. Get off your ass, quit being afraid, and move. And I was like, you know what? Good sis, Nova, you're right. So yes, I was very afraid, but I'm very, like, planned, organized, kind of type A person. So I had to do it a way that my brain would comprehend. And the way I did that was just write out my pros and cons. And when I wrote them out, it was a no-brainer. Okay, next question I got, which is a question I get all the time. I love your body, not to be rude, is it natural or did you get work done? I have never had any work done to my body. The closest thing that I've ever had is laser cavitation, which you know is like it's not invasive kind of a thing. Laser cavitation is just like lasers heating up the fat cells. And it's supposed to like come out when you urinate. So it's not anything like that I could justify my body shape to. I've always been shaped like this. But yeah, no, my body's 100% real. I haven't had any work done. I do want to get some work done. Oh, sorry about that, y'all. That was my air freshener. I do want to get some work done. I want to get liposuction on my stomach. I think y'all have heard me say this several times, and I want to get my lips done because I overline the heck out of my lips. My lips do not look like this without lipstick on. So yeah, I want to get those 2 things done, and that's it. But before I do any of that, I have said I want to lose some weight. I have lost weight, but I want to lose more weight. I want to lose about 30 more pounds, and then I can justify getting work done. Like, let me see what I look like after 30 more pounds, and then I can be like, okay, bet, yeah, this is the move. So yeah, that answers that. Okay, so of course the questions about my relationship were gonna flood in because, you know, people already want to know what you're doing in your personal life and in your love life, and then the fact that I popped out with a woman, people had some questions. So somebody said, what's tea, sis? Is she the one? Well, y'all tell me. Yes, we are engaged, so I think that is enough to tell that she's the one. We did get engaged. We got engaged December 26th. It was perfect. It was so unique to us. It was so personal and intimate, and she knows me so well. So yes, she is 100% the one. She checks off all of my boxes. I am literally the happiest person on the planet. Like, when I tell you I am the happiest I have ever been in my life, like, I'm happy to the point where my brain has a hard time believing that I deserve it. So if that answers your question, yes, she's 100% the one. She's the most amazing person I've ever met. She is my fiance, soon to be my wife. Okay, so next question reads, is Nova the first lesbian you've been with, or have you been with other female partners before? She is not. I have actually, and this has never came up on social media because it never had to, but I have identified as bisexual since I was 15 years old. So yeah, she's definitely not the first lesbian relationship I've ever been in. I dated women all throughout high school. I dated women in college, and then I met my ex my sophomore year in college, and of course that relationship lasted 8 years. So for a long time I was a bisexual woman in a heterosexual relationship, and now I am a bisexual woman in a lesbian relationship. Somebody asked, what happened to your ex? So number one, if you're looking for me to bash my ex on social media, it's never gonna happen. He doesn't deserve that, and I would never do that. We just grew apart. People grow apart. People grow, people change, and that's what happened with us. But he's still a good person. Like, you know, we're still friendly. We're still cordial. There's no hard feelings on either side, I don't believe. Yeah, so things change, people change, man. You gotta let people grow. You gotta let yourself grow. And the relationship was no longer serving me. So your girl had to bounce. But that's that. So that's what happened to him. We done. What was your first time with a woman like? Hold on, cause this story is funny. Let me put in this last clip, and so I can start curling my hair, and then I'm gonna tell this story. Okay, clip-ins are all in. Hair is looking nice and natural. It actually looks really good straight, but I wanna put some waves in it. So yeah, I'm gonna clip up one side of my hair and start working on the curls on the other side. I got this big curling iron. It's just like a cheap one you get from like the beauty supply store. I think it costs 30 bucks. It's by Pro Beauty Tools, but I like that it has the little dial that you can control the temperature on. So I have it all the way up to the highest setting at 430. And then I have my Chi Keratin Flex Finish Hairspray that I'm gonna be using to set my curls. Okay, so what was my first time with a woman like? So I had my first girlfriend when I was 16, I think. I think my first girlfriend was when I was 16. And first of all, let me just tell you, the stories about how quickly lesbians move is true. Because I started dating this girl the day I met her. Like, so what happened was I was chilling with my cousin. My cousin had a girlfriend, had identified as bisexual for like a couple years at that point. She was a year older than me. And so like she was like my favorite cousin. Like we were together all the time. Like you would have thought we were siblings. And so she was talking to this girl and she was like, you know, I'm gonna go hang out with, you know, such and such. You wanna come with me? And I was like, yeah, I wanna come. Like, bitch, we always together. You're not leaving me. So I went with her to hang out with this girl. And there was like all these girls were older than us. Mind you, we're in high school. Like I said, I'm 16. I might even have been 15. I don't even know. And my cousin was a year older than me, so she was either 16 or 17. These girls were old enough to drink, like, and had been for a while. Let me just say that. They were older than us. Like, we don't ever want to talk about the fact that us little young ass 16, 17-year-olds dating these grown ass men or women, especially when you live in a military town, we was being preyed upon. They were predators. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, we go to the people's house to hang out, and like there's this girl there, a little chocolate girl. I'm gonna change her name so that way I can like keep her identity private, even though she probably would not be mad that the world knew she was dating me at one point. But so I'm gonna call her Bunny. So Bunny was like talking to me the whole time, just like trying to get to know me. And I was like a very insecure teenager. Like I did not have a lot of confidence. I did not think I was pretty. I hated my body. Mind you, looking back, girl, the body was popping. The body was snatched. I had the tiniest freaking waist, these hips, this firm butt that just sat up like a shelf. Y'all, the body was snatched. I don't know why I hated myself so much. I attribute that to growing up in a small town where dark-skinned girls and thick girls were just not in. Like, it was the times too. Thick girls were not in like, you know, they are now. So yeah. So anyway, I was just very insecure. And I say that to say like my judgment was not the best because I was so insecure. So anyway, she's talking to me. She's like trying to get to know me. And I'm like, oh, I like this girl. Like, she's so cool or whatever. So we hang out with them the entire day till like the evening time where it's time for me to get my black ass home. And she was like, you know, I know it sounds crazy, but do you want to be my girlfriend? And I was like, yes, oh my gosh, yes, I like you so much. I'm so embarrassing. Like, girl, I was so thirsty for love. I just wanted love, y'all. So anyway, her and I started dating. So like a couple of days go by and I stay the night at this cousin's house. Now, Mom, Dad, if you're watching this, you may just want to turn it off. So like my cousin, her mom, she worked a lot. Like, so she wasn't home a lot. Like, she was a good mom. She just worked a whole lot. So she was home a lot. So I stayed the night over there, and the girl, Bunny, and her friend that at this point in time my cousin was dating, stayed the night. And so, you know, we get to kissing and going hot and heavy, and I never told her that she was my first girlfriend. Like, I never told her that this was my first experience. Yo, I done choked on hairspray. Hold on. So anyway, I never told her that was my first experience, so I couldn't like not do it. I couldn't not go down on her because like then she would know. Like, I was young and I didn't want her to think like I was young and inexperienced, even though that's exactly what I was. I didn't want her to know that and be like, oh, she's too young for me or blah, blah, blah. So I wanted to be grown up so bad. So y'all, I just jumped head first into it. Like, I went down there and went to town like I had did it a million times before. And I'm sure I was terrible. I had to be terrible. I had no idea what I was doing. But yeah. So, and I could tell I was terrible because, like, as a woman, like, you know when your body's giving off cues and when it's not. And as a man, like, if you're watching this, you know when the girl that you're dealing with is liking what you're doing because she gives you a real, you know, real authentic moan. Or she does a little grunt, that little grunt thing. That's how you know she ain't feeling it. It's just to be making noise, just so there's noise in the room. You know when she's moaning and when she's just making filler noise. There was a lot of filler noise happening on her part. And it was like in the guest bedroom of my cousin's house. It was on a cot because they didn't have a bed in the guest bedroom. They just had like a military cot. Y'all, so embarrassing. So yeah, that's what my first time was like. And then I dated that girl for like, I don't know, like off and on for like probably 6 months or so. But she was like, she was a hoe, y'all. Like, she was not a hoe. Let me not say that because slut shaming is wrong. But she cheated on me a lot. So we wound up breaking up. And it wasn't like she cheated on me. Like, we would break up because she would break up with me. And then, but like still want me around and give me like the BS toxic excuse, like, oh, I'm in a bad place right now, I gotta get myself together, like, because shorty like didn't really have no job, like she wasn't doing shit with her life, y'all. This is what happens when you grow up in a small town. Like, just embarrassing. Just my whole childhood, my whole adolescence, my whole teenage, high school dating, cringe, all of it cringe. Tomatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes. Okay, so here's what the first side is looking like. She looks real cute and natural. Like I said, I just wanted some waves. I didn't want like no tight curls. And these are looking perfect. So, all right, yeah, moving on to the next side and the next question. Let's talk sexuality. How do you identify if you had to have a label? I kind of touched on this already, but I identify as bisexual. If we're doing the whole pronouns things, my pronouns are definitely she, her. So yeah, that is how I identify. Like I said previously, I was just a bisexual woman in a heterosexual relationship, and now I am a bisexual woman in a lesbian relationship. And let me just add that, like, I love that this person put, like, if you had to put a label on yourself, because I really don't enjoy it. Like, people were so shocked to see me with Nova, and I get it, I guess. But like the people who know me, like, know this is not anything new. Like, Nova and I went home, like my home in Kansas for Thanksgiving, and she met like my entire like extended family and everything, and nobody was shocked. Like, somebody even asked, like, now is this the girl you were dating before? I was like, no, just because they're both light skinned does not mean this is the same person. But like, yeah, I've always identified this way. And I also think if somebody like didn't identify this way, if you're curious, like, that's okay to be curious. One thing I do remember, one question that somebody asked me that I do remember that for some reason isn't in the screenshot, but I remember I wanted to answer this. Somebody asked me, do I think it's harder to be a gay woman than it is to be a gay man? And the answer is 100% yes, especially if you're a person of color, especially if you're Black. The toxic masculinity that runs through our society rampant is the reason why so many men can't express their sexuality. Because if two women are dating, it's hot. If two women kiss, it's hot, you know? But if two men kiss, if two men are, you know, dating, then all of a sudden it's disgusting, or, you know, you're not man enough. If you're sleeping with another man, you're not a man. Like, I don't even understand how who you sleep with equates to your masculinity. Because to me personally, like, and this is one of the things I love about my relationship with Nova, Nova exudes masculine energy. I am a very feminine woman. I embrace all things feminine. I love to be taken care of. I have no problem I have no problem with traditional gender roles as it applies to like cooking, cleaning, those kind of things. Like, yeah, my partner should contribute because I contribute to, financials, so my partner should in turn be contributing to the household. But I'm a lady. I'm a lady. Take me out, buy me gifts, surprise me with things, love on me, compliment me. Like, I'm a lady. Treat me like a lady. Care for me, protect me, provide me. That's what I want. If that's not what you want, that's fine. If those things aren't important to you, live in your truth. But as far as me, I like a masculine energy. I like a protector, provider. I love somebody who's smart, who I can learn from. Like, that's just the things that attract me. And the absence of that turns me into a person who I don't enjoy being. So if I can't depend on you, if I don't feel like I'm taken care of, if I have to do all the things, all the thinking, all the, all of the important things, the things only get handled if I do them, those kind of things happen, I become a very quick-tempered, impatient, mean ass person, to be honest. But if you take care of me, baby, I take care of you. Like, 100%. So with Nova, I get that. Like, Nova does not let me touch a door. She can't stand when I try to pay for things. Did y'all just hear that truck? I'm annoyed. But anyway, yeah. Nova does not let me touch a door. She cannot stand when I try to pay for things. She does contribute more financially than I do. I don't want for anything I could think that I want. She makes sure it happens. She makes sure I have all the things that I need. I don't pay for gas. I don't pump gas. And that's how we work. And I love that. I love that being taken care of aspect. As far as me and her, like, if dinner is being cooked, because let's be clear, I'm not gonna cook all the time, but if dinner is being cooked, I'm probably the one doing it. I enjoy a clean home, and I know that she does. So being that I work from home, I make sure the house is clean before she gets back. I like to, rub her back, rub her feet. I love nurturing her. I love just being there for her, making her feel cared for, making her feel appreciated. Of course, we do the same things for each other. Like, if she's talking about something that she needs, I'll go ahead and order it from Amazon and have it on the way, or whatever. But as far as keeping a household functioning, that's kind of what I do, and it works for us. So yeah, I say all that to say, like, masculine energy and feminine energy aren't exclusive to genders. They're just exclusive to the person. Nova is a very masculine woman, and I like masculine energy. I'm a very feminine woman, and she likes feminine energy, so together we just mesh. So I hate that this society has made men feel like how they identify sexually is parallel to how masculine they are, because it's not, and it's weird. Stop doing that. I do believe that the world is coming around, so to my men who maybe haven't explored things that they want to explore, or are afraid to live in their truth, now is the time, man. Now is the time, while you have all the support in the world, while everybody is more open to it. I won't say everybody, because there's still communities, there'll still be some people under this video who have a whole lot to say. People are so mad, y'all, that I am with a woman. People are so mad. Men are so mad. Like, I don't know why these men equate being unattractive, conventionally unattractive, to lesbians. Actually, I do, because I get the comment all the time, like, oh, she's too fine to be with a woman. A woman ain't handling that, this and this and that. And I had to explore what it was rooted in. And I get it. It's because men think that the ultimate goal for a woman is to have a man. The ultimate accomplishment is to have a man, right? And so if you can have that, why would you not want it? Like, that's the goal, right? They can't get through their brains that a woman's ultimate goal may not be to have a man. So when they equate lesbians with unattractiveness, because they think that, oh, they must not be able to attract men, so they had to take the second best thing, which is a woman. They consider women second best in everything. In corporate America, in entertainment, and in anything, in any situation, they consider, in sports, they consider women second best. Society has taught us that women are second best. So a woman who actively chooses, who you can see what I look like, so you can't excuse it by saying, oh, she must be unattractive, even though I don't believe in conventional standards of attractiveness. You look at me and you say, oh, she must want a woman because she can't get a man. But when you look at me, it doesn't match. It doesn't match in your brain. You look at me and you say, oh, she's attractive. Why is she with a woman? It's the most bizarre phenomenon I've ever been told, to say that I am too attractive to be with who I want to be with. That's exactly why I'm with who I want to be with, because I could choose, and I chose her. Okay, I went ahead and finished the other side of my hair off camera because my camera was overheating. But let me go ahead and move on to some other questions that do not involve my relationship. Y'all was real curious about my relationship. Y'all real in my business, but it's fine. I told y'all to be in my business this time. I wanted to get a little bit more personal with y'all. Want me to run this again because I got some off the wall questions. Let's see. Somebody asked, how did you slim down your problem areas and still keep your lower half intact? This is a question that I also get a lot, and I try to be really transparent with it because I don't ever want to sell people unrealistic expectations. So genetically, my weight is distributed like this. I am bottom heavy. And when I lose weight, I tend to lose weight from my upper half first. So while I'm looking to lose all over weight, it tends to come off my upper body faster. And because I am already slimmer up there, my weight loss looks more dramatic up there. It's like when you see somebody who might have been a little bit pudgy and they lose 30 pounds and you're like, wow, like, girl, you look great. And then you see a person who's, you know, maybe 400 pounds, they lose 30 pounds, you may not notice it as much. So it's just kind of the same thing about like my body proportions. When I lose weight, you notice it more from my upper half. So I didn't target these areas to slim. My workout routine looks like 20 to 30 minutes of cardio every day, and then either lower body weights or upper body weights. I alternate between those every day. So yeah, I don't like target those areas or anything. That's just kind of how my weight comes off because of how I'm already proportioned. I will say, if you're looking to slim down like everywhere and you want to try to keep your butt and like your hips and stuff intact, I would say make sure that when you do your leg days that you lift heavy weights. So that way you're building muscle in those areas as you're slimming down, because cardio is going to slim you, but it's not going to give you a whole lot of shape. So make sure you're lifting weights and make sure you're lifting, make sure you're constantly improving and lifting heavier weights, so that way you can be building muscle while you're slimming, and that'll help you kind of keep your curves intact. All right, so last question I'm going to answer is, how do you stay motivated and consistent when it comes to content creation? Honestly, one, I just think you have to have a love for it. I think you have to be doing it for the right reasons. A lot of people are stepping into content creation because of the bag, what it looks like, the lifestyle that it looks like. People like the aesthetic of being a content creator and not actually being a content creator. People want being a content creator to be their identity and not their job. And that's the difference. You want to be known as a content creator. You want to be known as a YouTuber. You want to be known as an influencer, but you don't actually want to put in the work. Not saying this is you. I'm just saying from what I've perceived from a lot of people who have a hard time staying consistent is, number one, they're not even in it for the right reasons. I love this. I love creating content. I haven't been as consistent on YouTube because it is more difficult for me. But if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, which you should be, you know I post on Instagram like every other day. I post on TikTok like every other day. YouTube just takes a lot more time. But yeah, so how I stay consistent, once you I want this, I love this, I have a hard time staying on track, I would say get a journal and get a planner. I have a journal that I keep close by me when I'm scrolling through social media, just mindlessly scrolling. that I can jot down ideas. If I get inspired by something, I can always jot that down and then I refer back to it later. So that way I'm staying creative, I'm staying with fresh new ideas, and I don't lose them. Like, you ever get a good idea in your head and you're like, oh yeah, I need to write that down. And then an hour later you've completely forgotten what it is and you're so mad at yourself. That's why I keep a journal close by. And so with that, I always have new ideas for content creation. I also ask you guys. I ask you guys on TikTok when I'm on live. I ask you guys on Instagram in my stories and things like that. And you guys help me with a lot of good feedback. So those keep my ideas fresh. And then once I kind of have ideas going, I have a planner. I plan what I'm recording, also when I'm uploading it. So that way I can make sure my content is spread out and kind of staggered. Helps me stay consistent on all platforms. So like, on my schedule today was to film this YouTube video and film freaking air freshener and film 2 TikToks, and then I need to get an Instagram picture in. That is on my schedule today. I don't have any uploads on my schedule for today, but I do have an upload on Instagram scheduled for tomorrow. I have a TikTok scheduled for tomorrow, and I also plan to film this video and upload this tomorrow. So I just kind of have all my content spread out so that way it stays pretty staggered. You don't want to upload all your content as soon as you film it, and then you upload all your content in 2 to 3 days, and then the whole rest of the week you're not uploading anything else. So make sure you plan what you're recording as well as when you're gonna post it, and also batch shoot. So like, what I'm gonna upload to Instagram is a TikTok that I uploaded yesterday, because I can transfer that over. If you're gonna sit down and do your makeup, why not make a TikTok out of it? Why not make a YouTube video out of it? If you gotta get dressed to take Instagram pictures, why not make a TikTok out of it? Why not do a whole get ready with me on YouTube? So, you know, take the time that you're already gonna be using to create content and maximize it. If you're gonna go take Instagram pictures, bring a change of clothes with you, take 2 pictures. You've already got 2 pictures to upload throughout the week, you know? So batch shooting, which we hear a lot nowadays, now that people are talking about content creation, is the major life hack. Batch shoot, especially if you work a full-time job like I was. Batch shooting is gonna be the only way you stay consistent. So yeah, hope that helps. All right, y'all, so this is the final look. My hair looks so pretty and natural. You know, the girlies have been rocking like the tape-ins. I haven't found anybody in Dallas to do tape-ins for me, and I'm not ready to spend that bag on tape-ins just yet. So clip-ins are a great alternative. Again, I'll link these down below. This video isn't sponsored or anything. I just like clip-ins lately, so yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my future uploads, and also make sure that you are following me on Instagram so that you don't miss your chance to participate in more videos like this, and follow me on TikTok so you don't miss some of the awesome content that I'm constantly posting on TikTok. This is all I have for you guys today. I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye.